Do you want to learn how to turn that frustration into focused action and achieve anything you set your mind to? In today's video, we will discuss how to turn frustration into focus and achieve your dreams by drawing on the teachings of Buddhism. Lesson 1. Acknowledge your frustration. Many people try to ignore or suppress their feelings, thinking that it will make them disappear. Buddhism teaches us that running from our emotions only gives them more power. Frustration is a natural human response, and there's nothing wrong with feeling it. In fact, by acknowledging our frustration, we begin to understand it. When you feel frustrated, take a moment to pause. Recognize what you're experiencing without judgment. Instead of labeling the emotion as bad or something to be avoided, observe it as a signal from your mind. By simply acknowledging your frustration, you stop resisting it. Resistance only fuels negative feelings. But when you accept the emotion for what it is, you open the door to deeper understanding. In Buddhism, mindfulness is the key to emotional awareness. Mindfulness means being present in the moment, fully experiencing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When you apply mindfulness to your frustration, you create space between yourself and the feeling, which allows you to respond instead of react. Acknowledging frustration doesn't mean giving in to it. It's about recognizing it as a temporary state, not a permanent condition. Once you've acknowledged your frustration, you're ready to move on to the next step, which is identifying its root cause. Lesson 2. Identify the root cause. Frustration rarely exists in isolation. It's usually a symptom of a deeper problem. Once you've acknowledged your frustration, the next step is to identify its root cause. This is crucial because if you don't understand what's truly causing your frustration, you'll struggle to address it effectively. Take some time to reflect on the situation that's frustrating you. Ask yourself, what is really bothering me? Is it the situation itself, or is there something deeper at play? For example, if you're frustrated at work, is it because of a specific task, or are you feeling undervalued or overwhelmed? If you're frustrated with a relationship, is it because of a recent disagreement, or is there a larger issue of unmet needs or communication breakdowns? Buddhist teachings encourage us to look deeply into the nature of our suffering. In many cases, frustration stems from attachment to certain outcomes, beliefs, or expectations. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we become frustrated. Identifying the root cause requires honest self-reflection. You need to be willing to confront uncomfortable truths and let go of attachments that are no longer serving you. It's important to approach this process with compassion for yourself. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of self-blame or feel like you're failing because you're frustrated. But Buddhism teaches that suffering is part of the human experience, and it's not something to be ashamed of. When you identify the root cause of your frustration, you take a step towards freeing yourself from it. You can then begin to address the real issue, rather than just the surface-level symptoms. Lesson 3. Prioritize tasks. One of the main reasons people feel frustrated is because they are overwhelmed by the number of tasks or responsibilities they have. When your mind is scattered and trying to juggle too many things at once, it becomes difficult to focus on any one thing. This lack of focus feeds into your frustration, making it harder to achieve your goals. Buddhism teaches the importance of simplicity and clarity. By clearing away the clutter, both mentally and physically, you create space for focus and calm. The key to turning frustration into focus is learning to prioritize your tasks. When you're faced with a long list of things to do, it's important to identify which tasks are most important and which can be set aside for later. Start by making a list of everything that's contributing to your frustration. What tasks are weighing on your mind? What responsibilities are causing you stress? Once you have your list, categorize each item by its level of importance. Ask yourself, what tasks need to be done immediately and what can wait? Which tasks will have the biggest impact on my goals? By narrowing your focus to the most important tasks, you reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. In Buddhist practice, the concept of right effort is central. This means putting your energy into the right things rather than scattering it in too many directions. When you focus on the tasks that matter most, you conserve your energy and increase your chances of success. Prioritization isn't just about managing your time. It's about managing your energy and attention. By focusing on the right tasks, you create momentum, which helps to reduce frustration and increase focus. Lesson 4. Develop a plan. Now that you've identified the most important tasks, it's time to develop a plan to accomplish them. One of the reasons frustration takes hold is that we often feel directionless or unsure of how to move forward. A well-thought-out plan gives you a sense of direction and purpose, helping to transform your frustration into focused action. When developing your plan, break down each task into smaller, manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming and allows you to see progress as you complete each step. Instead of focusing on the entire goal, focus on the next step. This approach is deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings, where the emphasis is on taking one mindful step at a time. The journey is just as important as the destination. Be realistic about what you can achieve in a given time frame. Often, frustration arises because we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. We expect to achieve too much too quickly, and when we don't, we become discouraged. Buddhism teaches the value of patience. Growth and progress take time, and it's important to honor the process. By setting realistic goals and timelines, you give yourself the space to succeed without putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. In your plan, build in flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things won't go according to plan. Rather than becoming frustrated when things don't go perfectly, stay open to adjustments. Flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances without losing sight of your overall goal. This is another important teaching in Buddhism: the ability to flow with life's changes without becoming attached to rigid outcomes. With a plan in place, you're better equipped to stay focused and make steady progress toward your goals. However, it's important to remember that you're not a machine. To maintain focus and prevent burnout, you need to take regular breaks to recharge. Lesson 5. Take breaks and recharge. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we need to work non-stop to achieve our goals. This approach often leads to burnout and increased frustration. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of balance in all things, including work and rest. To stay focused and productive, it's essential to take regular breaks and allow yourself time to recharge. When you're constantly pushing yourself without rest, your mind becomes fatigued. Fatigue leads to frustration, and frustration leads to a loss of focus. Taking breaks isn't a sign of weakness or laziness. It's a vital part of maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. Just as the body needs rest to function at its best, so does the mind. Incorporate short breaks into your daily routine, especially when working on tasks that require intense focus. During these breaks, step away from your work completely. Engage in activities that help you relax and clear your mind. This could be a short walk, a few minutes of meditation, or simply sitting quietly and breathing deeply. The purpose of the break is to give your mind a chance to reset. Buddhism teaches the importance of mindfulness in everything we do, including rest. When you take a break, be fully present in the moment. Don't allow your mind to drift back to your tasks or worries. Instead, focus on relaxing and recharging your energy. This will help you return to your work with renewed focus and clarity. Remember that taking care of yourself is not just about rest. It's also about nurturing your overall well-being. Make time for activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, engaging in a hobby, or practicing mindfulness, these activities help to restore your energy and keep you motivated on your journey. Taking regular breaks allows you to maintain a healthy balance between work and rest, which in turn helps to reduce frustration and improve focus. As you continue to work towards your goals, it's important to stay persistent, even in the face of challenges. Lesson 6. Stay persistent. Persistence is the key to turning frustration into focus and achieving anything. In life, there will always be obstacles and setbacks. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned or when progress seems slow. However, Buddhist teachings remind us that persistence is essential for growth and success. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that life is a continuous cycle of change. Nothing is permanent, including frustration. When you encounter difficulties, it's important to stay committed to your goals and continue moving forward, even if progress is slow. The journey may be long, but persistence will eventually lead to success. When faced with challenges, remember why you started in the first place. Reconnect with your purpose and the reasons behind your goals. This will give you the motivation to keep going, even when the path is difficult. Persistence doesn't mean forcing yourself to push through at all costs. It means staying committed to your goals, while also being kind and compassionate toward yourself. Buddhism teaches that obstacles are not something to be feared or avoided. They are opportunities for growth and learning. Every setback is a chance to develop resilience and inner strength. When you encounter frustration, see it as part of the journey, not a roadblock. By staying persistent, you build the mental and emotional endurance needed to achieve your goals. It's also important to celebrate small victories along the way. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Lesson 7. Celebrate progress. Celebrating progress is an essential part of turning frustration into focus and achieving anything. Often we become so focused on the end goal that we forget to appreciate the steps we've taken along the way. However, acknowledging and celebrating your progress is crucial for maintaining motivation and focus. In Buddhism, the practice of gratitude is highly emphasized. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your mindset from frustration to focus. When you take the time to appreciate how far you've come, you create positive energy that motivates you to keep going. Celebrating progress doesn't mean you have to reach the final goal. It's about recognizing and appreciating the small wins along the way. Buddhism teaches the importance of living in the present moment. By celebrating your progress, you bring your attention to the present, rather than getting lost in worries about the future. This practice of mindfulness helps you stay grounded and focused on the journey, rather than becoming frustrated by how far you still have to go. Remember, success is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal, and that's something worth celebrating. Frustration is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to hold you back. By applying the teachings of Buddhism, you can learn to transform your frustration into focus and achieve anything. Acknowledge your frustration, identify its root cause, prioritize your tasks, develop a clear plan, take regular breaks, stay persistent, and celebrate your progress. Each of these lessons offers practical tools for overcoming frustration and staying focused on your goals. By embracing these teachings, you'll not only achieve your goals, but also cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and fulfillment along the way. The path may be challenging, but with mindfulness and persistence, you can turn frustration into a powerful force for growth and success.